Maggie wore a bright red coat down the streets of Ballad. You could spot her in the winter fog before the church bells rang. She'd laugh beside the market stalls with her hands against the cold, and every lad from miles around swore her smile was worth more than gold. And the town grew just a little brighter every time she passed them by. Oh, Maggie's red coat, moving through the morning rain, like a flame against the grey skies on the narrow country lane. And the old folks still remember how the whole town seemed to glow whenever Maggie walked the square in her bright red coat. Then one year the winter deepened and her father took on well, so she spent her days in silence near the edge of Ballyglen. Still she wore that coat each Sunday, walking slowly into town, though the laughter came less often and her eyes stayed mostly down. Now the coat hangs by the doorway in the house beside the hill, and the folks say when the snow comes they can almost see her still. Oh, Maggie's red coat, moving through the morning rain, like a flame against the grey skies on the narrow country lane. And the old folks still remember how the whole town seemed to glow whenever Maggie walked the square in her bright red coat. Blackwater Road ran narrow past the fields and through the rain, with the stone walls leaning sideways and the crows above the lane. There were wagons there at sunrise, there were boats there after dark, and every soul from Ballyrone knew each bend there by the heart. You could follow it for miles and miles without a single sign. Blackwater Road, carrying the young and old through the winter fog and summer dust, and stories left untold. Every mile held somebody's sorrow, every turn recalled a name. Blackwater Road never stayed the same. Young Tom left down that roadway with a suitcase in his hand, saying he'd return by autumn from the work sites overland. But the seasons came and drifted, and the years rolled quietly by. Now his mother lights a candle when the trucks go rumbling by. Some roads lead a man to somewhere, some just take him far away. Blackwater Road, carrying the young and old through the winter fog and summer dust, and stories left untold. And the town still watches eastward when the evening sky turns grey. Blackwater Road takes more than it gave. There was bread upon the table, and a bottle passed around, in a little house near Galway, where the rain beat on the ground. Old Mrs. Flynn kept smiling, though the cupboards weren't too full, saying no one leaves here hungry while there's kindness in the hall. And the fire burned low but steady as the night came drifting in. Bread and wine shared between the weary hands, one for hunger, one for sorrow, one to help a poor man stand. And the songs grew warm and gentle as the cold stayed far outside. There was more than food that evening in the bread and wine. A sailor fresh from Corktown sat beside the window frame, and a widow from Kilbrannan spoke her husband's name again. Then the fiddler played a slow tune that the whole room softly knew, and for one long hour together every lonely heart pulled through. Now the house stands dark and quiet since old Mrs. Flynn passed on, but the folk still tell the story of the nights that carried on. Bread and wine shared between the weary hands, one for hunger, one for sorrow, one to help a poor man stand. And the songs grew warm and gentle as the cold stayed far outside. There was more than food that evening in the bread and wine. Rain came down on Ennistown like it meant to stay all day, running off the cobbled streets and the roofs along the way. There was music from the public house floating through the evening air, and the smell of turf smoke rising from the houses everywhere. And the people pulled their collars high as the clouds rolled slowly in. Rain over Ennis, falling soft and cold, washing down the narrow lanes and stories long since told. Still the fiddles kept on playing, though the night grew dark and thin. There's a different kind of comfort in the rain over Ennis. Old men stood beneath the awnings, talking low of years gone by, while the younger ones came laughing through the stormy evening sky. And a girl in green stood waiting near the corner by the square, holding tightly to her shawl as the rain soaked through her hair. Long after all the lights went dim, you could hear the river run, and the rain kept falling softly till the breaking of the sun. Rain over Ennis, falling soft and cold, washing down the narrow lanes and stories long since told. Still the fiddles kept on playing, though the night grew dark and thin. There's a different kind of comfort in the rain over Ennis. Every Friday after closing, when the lamps burned low and thin, old Declan walked the alleyways with a sack held to his chin, picking bottles by the gutters from the pubs along the square, while the last songs from the bar rooms still hung softly in the air. And the young lads laughed and mocked him as he shuffled through the rain. There goes the bottle collector down the streets of Balliveen, gathering what others left after all the noise had been. And he knew each crack and label like a man who'd seen it all. There goes the bottle collector, walking slow beyond the hall. Some said once he sailed to Liverpool, others swore he fought at sea, but he never spoke of anything before the town he'd see. Still he'd stop beside the widows, carrying bottles by the crate, leaving coins upon the windowsills before it grew too late. Then one winter he stopped coming, and the lane stayed strangely bare. Now the bottles pile like memories no one thinks to gather there. There goes the bottle collector in the stories people tell, through the smoke and through the cold nights and the ringing chapel bells. And the pubs still close on Fridays, like they always used to do. But the streets don't feel the same now, without the man they knew.